Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how to use the radio of the DCS CH47F Chinook. Now I'm in the server now and I'm connected to SRS. So I'm also going to teach you how to use this thing with the SRS. Now, firstly, we need to edit our radio primarily at the CDU at the mission page. We press the mission, we go to mission page, and this is where we edit our radio. We have F1 radio, U2 UHF radio, V3 VHF AM radio, and this F5, this FM, which you can also see this Russian here, is properly a Russian transmitter adaptable radio station. Now, for the F1 and the U2 radio, you can edit it in the CDU right here. For the third radio, you could choose to operate manually with this button dialed in at here. You can clearly see that if I change the frequency here, it was edited right here. Just take a look at this. It's pretty easy. This is the first way. Now, if you change to preset, then you can edit this radio in the preset set. Now, let's go to the first radio first. If you want to directly edit its frequency, that's how it's going to do it. You press 35.8. Let's just take this for example. The radio is edited. Very straightforward, very easy. Now for the second radio, exactly the same. Now, if you change to preset, then it could be edited like this. If you dial to preset setting. For manual, I just showed you just now, it works kind of good. Now, let's go to something more advanced. Now, for F1 radio control, those things doesn't work. You can please press a lot and it doesn't work. Now, ComSec mode. ComSec mode is the way it is encrypted. Plain means it's unencrypted. Means anyone who dial to your frequency can listen to you. Cipher, encrypted. With the correct encryption and the right frequency, they can listen to your radio. So this is how it works. Now, I don't really actually find anything meaningful with this, so I don't know. I don't really use that a lot. Now, the most important thing, you press preset. You get into the preset setting. Now, this is the nickname, the identification name of your radio preset. This is your radio. To change the name, just randomly punching something, you press this button, and you will change the name. If you want to change the frequency, let's say 38.87, you punch in here, and you change the frequency. Now, if you want to select the radio, you press this row. You don't press this row. In this row, you change the frequency. So change the frequency, you press it, and then let's go back. It's now in the second frequency. Now let's just do it again. Let's change the first one. Now we're in the first preset. Same for the U2 radio, but for this time, a lot of things is editable. Mode, you can in U2 radio you can use transmit and receive, guard, which is pretty cool. Squelch, on off, bandwidth. In wide, most of it, I don't know how it works. Delay, in and out. ComSec mode, as always, that's the thing. Now, radio preset, let's just do it again. 354.9. Changed. Name, for something random. This is the second radio, second preset. Oh yeah, by the way, you can page it down, which is exactly for all the others in this CDU. Press this. Yes, you can clearly see 354.9. V3 VHF AM radio. If you switch to preset mode, you can change its frequency, just as I said just now. And this is the way you change the edit, just as exactly the same as others, and it works. Now, how about the exact way to use this radio is going to be pretty interesting. Now, before we get into how to actually contact with this, let's get into the keybind. Now, for the keybind, this is your keybind for on the throttle, which is this button, which is this switch that you can edit, that can contact the radio. Now, let's just show you again. This is highway, and then there's another radio switch on your cyclic, which is right here, that you can use to contact your radio. Which, let me show you your keybind. This is your keybind. Okay. Okay. So, and also please be aware there is this button, this switch, this knob here. This knob can change which radio will contact you. 1 is F1 radio, 2 U2 radio, 3 V3 radio, and the things below 4, 5, 6, 7 doesn't work. Now, ICS, intercommunication system. For any button, if you switch to this setting, any button you press on this switch will become ICS. Forward, aft, left, right, all ICS on this button, including the cyclic. The first detent is intercom, and the second detent, because you switch to that ICS, just get this off, you switch to the ICS setting, it is also intercom. First intercom, second also intercom. Now, if you, let's say, switch to radio 1, then this button, at whatever direction you press, will contact the first radio. Now, as it's shown, it is contacting. For the cyclic, first detent, the intercom, second detent, the F1 radio. Same with the U2. If you press the U2, it will always be transmitted and received at the second U2 radio. First detent on cyclic, intercom. Second detent is the U2 radio. Now, this is how you use to if you want to change the volume of the radio, you change it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, as always. It's pretty straightforward. Of course, if you push this out, then this radio is mute. You can clearly see you don't have volume for it anymore. Mute. If you scroll it, you can change its volume, which is as demonstrated. So this is how you use the radio of the DCS CH47F Chinook. And thanks for watching.